Example 2 on lesson 4-4. So example 2 is a little bit different from the first example, obviously because the numbers are different. But the real big difference is that in the first example, I had a 36x. And in this example, I just have plain old x. I don't have any coefficient other than 1 in front of that x there. So we'll see what that does. My steps are all going to be the same. I'm still going to start with that distribution of the 1/5 to both pieces inside that parentheses. So just like I did last time, I'm going to start by turning these into fractions. 1/5 times x is equal to x over 5. Or you could write that as 1/5 x. That wouldn't be incorrect, sorry. You could do x over 5 or 1/5 x. Either one is correct. Minus 60 times the 1 and 5 times the 1. So again, dealing with that fraction in the front just makes me divide each of those pieces by that 5. X can't really be divided by 5, so there's nothing for me to do there, but I can simplify that negative 60 divided by 5. So that's going to be minus 60 divided by 5 is 12. And is that equal to negative 14? All right, once we did our distribution, we can now work on isolating the x term, which would be this x divided by 5. So to get that alone, the negative 12 is preventing that from being alone. So the opposite of a negative 12 is to add 12 or positive 12 to both sides. And again, I'm forgetting about my line down the center. After I'm adding that 12 to both sides, I end up with x over 5. Negative 12 and 12 cancel out real nice for me. And that is going to be equal to negative 14 plus 12 is a negative 2. Last step to get rid of that variable, to get the variable by itself, would be getting rid of the 5. What operation is going on between the 5 and the x? That fraction bar means division. The inverse of division is multiplication, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. On the left-hand side, my times 5 and divided by 5 cancel out because that was the whole point of that. And negative 2 times 5 is a negative 10. So we've got a final answer of x equals negative 10. And now for the check. Per usual, I'm going to start by rewriting that original problem. And then one more time, this time replacing my variable with some empty parentheses to hold the place. Into those parentheses is going my negative 10 that I found. And again, I am using order of operations here. So inside those parentheses first tells me that I want to do negative 10 minus 60, which is going to be a negative 70. It's like you spent 10 and spent 60 more. Negative 70 times 1/5 is just really dividing that negative 70 by 5. And negative 70 divided by 5, checking with my handy dandy calculator, does end up getting me the negative 14 that I was looking for. So we're golden. Number 3 will be the most difficult one, and you can see already what makes that one maybe a little different.